Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, the Fix Mechanic, and first off with our model, we're going to be sculpting. I wanted to say shaving, but we're going to be trimming our brows, and I'll be using this blade. But I don't want to trim it so much because she has a light brow. So if you want to see a detailed video on how to trim brows, just let me know in the comment section below, and I'll sure come through. And who missed me doing videos on my clients? Did you? So this is actually model, not a client. So next up, I'll be using the wipe to clean up our face. Most very important, don't forget to always use a wipe to wipe up their face. There are dirt on their face that you don't know, but just wipe it off when you see. Next up, I'll be using the Neutrogena moisturizer, and I'll be making sure to put it or to apply it in every area of our face that it is needed. Also on our brows, guys, don't forget, just keep on putting everything on the right place. So next up, I'm using this Gavia sunblock. This is a moisturizer and a sunblock at the same time. Don't pay attention to the whitening cream right there. That is not even true at all. So I'm just blending this on our face. I'm putting this on the right part, like the same way I apply the moisturizer. Moisturizer I'm doing right here also. So after doing this, I'll wait for it to dry for like a minute because it has to sink into our skin before I go into putting my primer. So after that, I'll be applying my primer now. So I'm using this Pineapple Cosmetics. Sorry, it's not really focused. I'm using Pineapple Cosmetics primer. This was what I told you guys earlier that I fell in love with. I think I not posted the video yet, but when I do, it's going to come up before this one. I fell in love with this primer instantly. It's just like the Make primer, but this is a Nigerian brand. Like, it is so good. It is so good. The only thing about this primer is that it comes in really small quantity. It's a bit pricey, but not as pricey as Make at all. It's like divided like 3 of Make price. So after this, next up, I'm going to apply foundation. Guys, I'm a sucker for foundation. I mix foundation a lot. I'm using MAC, Farah, and Maybelline Fits Me, and I'll be blending this all together. And this, can you see how it came out? I'm literally going for a skin shade. I'm really literally doing in a skin shade. So I'll be doing this. I use a pencil brush to just apply it first, and I'll be blending it later on with the beauty sponge. Before that, I sprayed a face with the Cover Fix setting spray because she has a dry skin, and when you want to work on a dry skin, make sure you always use a setting spray. But if you want to see the video on how to work on a dry skin, I am always available for you. Just comment down below and I'll show the video regarding to that. So I'm just literally just pushing the foundation into our skin using this beauty sponge. As you can see, it might seem like I'm not really doing it, but I'm really pushing the foundation into our skin. And after this, I will show you guys the difference between that place and the other place. So this is from between where I didn't apply the foundation and where I did. Can you see that the difference is not too much? It's not too cakey, but it's a shade. So I'm just doing that for this for all of our face. I'm blending the foundation all through our face, and I'm taking it down to our neck. Can you see this is literally our shade? I'm spraying this Cover Fix again, that setting spray again, because I told you she has a dry skin. I don't want her face looking all dry without any form of being dewy at all. So guys, after that, I'm using this Adventure concealer. I'm using these 2 shades all together, and I'm making it to achieve our actual concealer shade. I'm using one shade lighter to our skin, and I'm going to the other ones. When I get there, I'm going to show you guys that. So I'm just trying to apply this in the right area, under our eyes, our jaw, our forehead, and on our nose, as you can see. And after that, I think I'll be spraying our face after that. But let's see how this turned out to be first. Then I blended it right through. So I'm using my beauty sponge and putting it right into our skin. Guys, if you want to, there are 2 ways of you blending this. Is that you wait for a minute for it to get sticky before you apply it. That brings out more effects than you applying it right away. So what I do is that after I apply it all around first, then I go back. So it's a bit sticky, so I go back into blending it before I finish other parts. The other ones are already sticky. So next up, I'll be going into using my second coating. If you are used to the channel, you know I do second coating on my models. So I'm going to put in a lighter shade concealer than what I used earlier. I used one shade lighter than our skin. This is 2 shades lighter than our skin. So I'll be putting it right there, but I'm going to be entering into our nose a bit, just create the reverse contour on our nose. But after this, I make sure that I let it stick a bit before I blend it all out. And I'm just putting this in the right places, like usual, the eye bag, under our jaw, our nose, and on our forehead, as you can see. So after that, I'll be using my beauty sponge again in blending all over our face. But guys, make sure you're very careful in blending, so you don't try to make your clients or your model feel so much discomfort while you're blending. And as you can see, I'm taking it right into our brows. Don't forget also to always apply stuff, foundation, your primer, your concealer on your brows. It just helps you to have like a ready baked brows. So when you apply your pencil or your brow gel, it just comes out more better than it normally would have come out to be. So I'm literally just blending it all out, and I'm putting it right onto on our eyelid, as you can see right here, and I'll be doing that for all over the face, like the jaw and the forehead. So guys, just make sure you push in the foundation into your skin, and it will, once you have a very good blending finishing, make sure you have a damp beauty sponge. So afterwards, I'll be using this little beauty sponge into creating a contour. I was snatching the nose up using one shade darker than our skin. You can use the shade darker than our skin, but make sure you don't burn the nose. So I'm just using that to just create that shape right there. And this is very easy, like you don't have to go into a brush, then you go into a beauty sponge. So after that, I'll be using the same technique on the cheekbones, I mean. So I'll be applying that on, but just little by little. Don't go too hard so you don't burn our cheek. Getting it back is always like a lot of work, which you don't want to go into doing. So I'm just applying that little by little and taking it right onto our forehead, giving that circular shape. And after, as you can see now, this is showing a ash line, but to get those ash line, I'll go back into using my concealer, the other beauty sponge I was using to blend the highlighting, like the other lighter concealer, so that it gives it a good finish. It doesn't have any ash line whatsoever. As you can see, I'm using that beauty sponge to like do a reverse contour on her nose, so it makes her nose look more snatched. That's the secret of a very good contoured nose. So afterwards, I'm using this raining thing people use now. I'm using the lip palette, and I'll be doing a blush. This does like to give like the, just like you're using a foundation before it's a powder. So use a liquid blush before you use the normal powder blush. It's just something that came out new that everybody's really trying. I tried to show you guys how it's been done. So you can either use the lip palette or use the normal random lipstick, but not the all dry lipsticks, so that it's easier for you to blend. So next, I'm using my Flawless Ivy powder palette. This powder is really good. I've used it so much. So I use my powder palette, and I'm using I'm using one shade lighter, not an exact shade, on our under eyes, at cheekbone, our forehead, and on our jaw, just to give it that lighting look before I go into using my setting powder, my baking powder. So but I will use a normal blending powder on our face, like all our face in general. So you guys just watch and just see how I got that. So guys, I'll be using this powder right here, light powder right here, to set our under eyes. Guys, I know people don't feel relevant that those powder are really relevant on the powder, but they are if you want it to be. So I use that to set under our eyes. Sometimes I use that, sometimes I use the setting powder, but I'm using that. I'm using the cream one, but it is a bit white just to set under eyes. I'm just taking it with my small beauty sponge, and I'm pressing into our skin, and I'll do that for all areas that I need to do that on. So I'm using a flat brush, that's actually not a flat brush, but I made it flat with my hand, but I use it to create that shape, to give it to highlight our nose before I go into contouring. So this powder, most especially, brings out the face more. So afterwards, I'll be contouring using a flat brush. Can you guys see how it came out to be now? That powder really helps in sculpting your nose or snatching your nose, or how you want it to look like. So I'm just using a flat brush, but I'm not using an extremely darker powder to contour, so I don't burn our nose. So can you guys see the shape this is giving this giving our face now? I'll use the powder also on the other side, so it gives an actual shape like this one I'm currently doing now. So after this, I'll be using this baking powder. I'm using this is also from Pineapple Cosmetics. Sorry about my voice, guys, I'm really tired. So this is also from Pineapple Cosmetics. It's the same one I use, like the same brand I use for the primer, but I'm also using this as my small beauty sponge, and I'm pushing it on our face, and also creating like a reverse contour on our nose. As you can see, I'm doing that. Then I'll be pushing this on our face for as much as I want to, so that it just comes out really good. But guys, make sure your reverse contour is defined, like the straight lines are defined, or else his nose is going to look bent, or you just look different from each other. So I'll just be pushing this into her face, this setting powder into her face, and next up I'll be doing a reverse contour. So this reverse contour is something I do, but easier way for it to make it look straight. I just go with a lip line, so I just get that straight, so it doesn't look different. It might not look the same thing, but it doesn't look totally different. So I'm putting that for our jaw and our forehead, and that is all for the baking powder. So now I'll be doing a contour, like a powder contour on our cheek and on our forehead. As you can see, just make sure you don't lose that circular form you're trying to derive from the cream contour. So I'm using this light brush right here from my Morphe eyeshadow palette. I'm using an orange and a pinkish blush together. I don't want to be extremely too much because she's wearing a red dress. So after that, I'm using an highlighter, just a little bit. I'll go back to using highlighter after I'm done with this video as a whole. I just wanted to just give it that look before I go into using my proper highlighter. So this is how the skin was done in general. And next up, we are doing our eyes. I was done with the brows off camera. If you want to see a little video on how to achieve a brow, just let me know in the comment section down below, and I will sure do a video. So now I'm applying an eyeshadow primer using my Benna Cosmetics to apply eyeshadow primer. I'll be literally just showing you one part of the eyes and literally doing the second eyes off camera, as you can see. So I'm just blending this, and I'm using a dark brown from the Morphe palette. I'm just putting it on that particular place. I'm using a Morphe brush too. No, this is a Ziva brush, not a Morphe brush. So I'm just packing that brown shade into my model was falling asleep here, so I was trying to like wake her up. So I was in just a deep brown shade. I'm just putting it in that part of the eyes. I'm not moving it right there. Just doing a very simple eye look, nothing so serious. I feel like I just made this video more to do with the skin and not the eye look. But anyways, let's move on. So next up, I'll be using from my Maybelline Cosmetics. I'm using a nude shade right there. So I'll just be packing. Okay, before I went into that, I used the powder to just blend in that brown. So I didn't want the upper part of the brows, like the arc of the brows, should just look into brown. So I just use the powder. That's just a trick you can use, so it looks like skin. It doesn't look like you use eyeshadow right there. So after that, I'll be using my setting powder in baking under my brows. Guys, in makeup you can bake literally everything. So I'm just baking under my brows just to make it a little bit brighter. The place where you put your highlighter when you're done on your brows, that's where I'm just baking. So after that, I will now be using the Maybelline nude eyeshadow. I'm using that on eyelid and just creating just like a I'm trying to do like a cut crease, but not a definite cut crease, but I'm just pressing that into that skin, and that's all for the eyes. I'm not doing anything extremely and I'm not doing anything extreme, sorry, but I went a little bit extreme by applying this shimmers on her eyes, but I didn't show that on camera. That was very little, just a little bit of pigment, and that was it. So I'm using a gel liner there, and I'm using a liquid liner here. So if you want to achieve those bold eye look that just makes your black liner looks extremely darker, use a gel liner first and you use a liquid liner afterwards. So that's how it's been achieved, but I just did a tiny line. If you want to look really extremely bold, just do the same thing. Use a gel liner, then use a liquid liner. So you're going to see how I did it right here. So now we are done with the liner, and we're done, and I'm partially done with the lip. I just did not do anything, so just a red lip. I went into the deeper red, as you can see, just like a wine color. Then I went into a brighter red color right there, and I just felt so good when after I finished this red. But what made me feel extremely better was when I applied gloss. Like, I was so happy. So before that, I went to put in my lashes. My lashes dried. Guys, if you want to do the video on how to fix lashes, I will show you guys, but you have to ask for it on the comment section down below. So after that, I had to put gloss on my lip like that, just to do look from 100 to like 150 ASAP. For real, guys, I swear, I just loved it. I think this is the first time I was trying a gloss on a wet lippy, and that was so good. Like, you just get this sultry look. I don't know if you want to go for that, just kind of, but if you don't want to, just take to your matte red lip, you know. But just try something new, and that's will really make you get out of your comfort zone, you know. So that's just really all about the video. But don't forget to always define and outline your lip, especially when it's a weird lip. Like, guys, you don't want to be looking like something else. So I try to like line my lip. But if you want to edit a video on this, like I have different video to show you guys, but you have to request it because I don't want to upload the video and you don't watch. I like to direct the video that you want to watch or post a video you want to watch. And that's it for this video. Just applying an under eye liner. As you can see, that's always that look, that thing is just really good. Like, you just take this look to a different look entirely. And I did like this I lined the liner, the black liner, out of her eyes, and that gives that look is very nice. So I'm just dusting off the powder, and I'm using a smaller brush, and I'm using a bigger brush altogether just to make sure I get rid of all the white powder off her face. But what I do is I don't get rid of it. I just press it. I just press. I just press it into her skin with the normal powder, so I don't like dust off my white powder out. I just push it into her skin. That's how good this powder is. This powder is just really very good. Like, it keeps on sinking into the skin and makes it look like skin, like actual skin. I love that powder so much. That powder is really good. I always wanted to get something similar to that, and I actually did. So I'm not using this. Why I'm using this small brush is because those places that my big brush can't get into, the brush surely goes into that. So I'm just dusting that white powder that I put on the brows. Don't forget that white powder. She's not beginning to look like a ghost, please. So after that, I'll be just applying the highlighter. I told you guys I'm going to apply afterwards, like after the makeup. And can you guys see the glow? Oh my god, I'm using the Goza Beauty highlighter. The highlighter just refused to finish. It has broken and I'm still using it. And I will still use it until it finishes. So that's it for this video. Hope you guys love this video. I'm spraying this. Don't forget to spray. Like, this spray is just really good. I love the Cover Fix spray. And it's the first time I'm actually using the Cover Fix spray. And it's really amazing. So that's it for this video. Hope you guys learned a thing or two, and if you did, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and comment down below what you think about this video, and also comment what you think you want to see next on my channel, and I'll sure come through. Those things I mentioned I could do a full video or a full tutorial on, I know you want to see, just let me know. And that's it for the video. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.